Okay, the phone was ringing, so this is Ivy saying, I'll go. Wait a second. Notice that in English we'd say I will go future tense, but in Italian you can use present tense. They're like I go. Now I can talk. What's happening? Ivy asks. And Julie says, nothing much. I like that song. Alza means to raise, so that's short for saying raise the volume. Wait, but it's your song for bad moods, that. What's happening? Ivy asks. And again, she says, it isn't nothing. So notice the double negative there in Italian. Julie? My father will also come to your New Year's dinner. And Ivy on the line says, it isn't mine, it's my parents'. Why did they invite your father? I imagined they thought that it would be impolite or rude to exclude him. And abbiano pensato is congiuntivo passato. It might be easier to see if they had the word che in there, like immagino che abbiamo pensato. I imagine that they thought. Given that they were friends before the divorce. Is it okay to your mom or with your mom? Oh, I'm sorry, it's Julie saying, to my mom it's okay. And then Ivy says, you don't seem convinced. Do you remember the last time that we were all together? At Christmas? My sister yelled at my father. It's actually against my father, blaming him for the divorce. And I left the hotel, went away from the hotel. And they haven't talked to each other since then. Dad says that he's leaving her space. And Ivy says, that seems a good idea. Yes, but in the meantime, she doesn't talk even with me. That's Julie talking about her mom. And Ivy says, why? What did you do? And Julie says, she thinks that I'm betraying her because I come to my father's on the weekend. But what should I do? Quit coming to find him? Meaning, venire a trovare means to meet up with somebody. it wouldn't be right towards him. It's kind of hard to define literally "nei suoi confronti," but it means towards him. And Ivy says, "I'm sorry." I want just to understand how we can return to being a family. And this is Ivy saying, maybe it's a good thing that he comes to the dinner. Now, venga is conjuntivo, and so you really can't tell who's the subject there. She could actually be saying, maybe it's good that you come to the dinner, because you would still use venga either way. But I think she's saying that the dad comes. Maybe they might talk to each other. Yes. I hadn't thought about it. If I succeed in breaking the ice at dinner, it might, or they might overcome or go past their differences. And Ivy says, away the old. I have to go. It's time for dinner. Bye, Julie. Thanks, Ivy. Now, that's the brother saying good, and that's not Italian. That's apparently a name of a Chinese food dish. And then Ivy says, still Chinese food? Like Chinese food again? Do we have to eat food from the Happy Jade every evening? Happy Jade is the grandparents' restaurant. And Ivy continues, there will be 10 pizzerias on the way home. So using the future tense there in a slightly different way, like saying there must be 10 pizzerias. And then insomma is something you'd say before you reword something. I think in the original English you said, I mean. Now this is the grandmother saying, Marilyn, we'll return to the restaurant. And the grandfather says, do you want us to go get Missy at school tomorrow? Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Dad. I don't know what we would do without you. Probably you would die of hunger. Thanks. Brother says, thanks for the delicious food. And then the brother says to Ivy, well done. And Ivy says, I didn't know they were there. So fossero is congiuntivo imperfetto. You will excuse yourself or you will apologize with them another time. Now eat the broccoli. My uncle called today. I think this is the dad talking. He took time off from work The whole family will come the day of New Year's. So there will be everyone, therefore. When is the last time that the family was all together? At our wedding. Now, Ivy asks your brother, I think she's trying to change the subject, Andrew, how's it going with Kung Fu? Did you learn new things? And one of the parents, I don't know which, says there's still much to do. Mom says, this week I will decide the menu. And the brother says, you know, Ivy, I believe that there will be Chinese food at the Chinese New Year's dinner. Try not to insult our grandparents. Very funny, Andrew. I will let you know. Now, it's actually, I will make you know, but I think that's the dad on the phone. But in Italian, you use the verb fare. And dad comes back saying it was the Bay Street Youth Center. They wanted to know how many tickets we wanted for Ivy's gymnastics meet. Reminding me that it begins at 6 o'clock on the 30th of the 30th. I would have told it to you. Andrew didn't come to Anna Yi's wedding because of a kung fu tournament. And the dad says, people from all over America didn't come for Anna Yi's wedding. Now, the word order is strange here, but not even the groom wanted to come or wanted to go. So I have to skip the meet. I and your father, we will talk about it after. She should have told it to us. So the dire is to say or to tell, and the celo at the end of dircelo are two pronouns, to us and it. So she should have told it to us. She knew that we wouldn't have let her go. And the dad says, obvious that she can't go. Everyone organized themselves for coming. The people took time off, bought airline tickets. I know it. This is the mom. And we don't make a good impression if our eldest daughter doesn't lower herself to participate or condescend herself to participate. She will come to the dinner, the dad says. Mom says, Ivy doesn't understand how important the family is. Still the mom talking, I couldn't study law, using conditional tense, if my parents didn't help us so much each day. So aiutassero is congiuntivo imperfetto. I tell her always how much the family is important. Dad says, it seems that from an ear they enter, meaning I think they're talking about the words that they say. From an ear they enter, and from the other they go out or they exit. And both those two verbs at the end there, entri and esca, are congiuntivo because the sentence began with sembra che. But if we would let her skip the meat, she will get very angry. And arrabbiare, to get angry, is reflexive. So that's why the C in front of arrabbierà, she will enrage herself. Already, I can imagine her with a muso is like a sulky face during all the dinner. If we force her, and that's congiuntivo imperfetto, she might hate all the family. You're right, or you have reason. But we can't, now that looks like make her skip the Chinese dinner, but he means it in the sense of let her skip the Chinese New Year's. I also want her to come, so venga is congiuntivo presente, but I would like that it's her to want to be there. So fosse is congiuntivo imperfetto. We talked about it and we decided to let you decide. I have to decide? We believe that you are mature enough to make a decision alone. And prendere normally means to take. So it's in Italian, though, you say prendere una decisione. For the family. I have to think about it. And I will end part 3 there.